Hey everybody, today I answer the question, what type of therapy is best for me? So like I said, today I want to talk with you about finding what type of therapy best fits your struggles or the issues you're working on. I've heard from many of you that's a big concern because oftentimes we don't even know what CBT, DBT, it's just a bunch of acronyms and we're like, what the heck? I don't know what's best for me. So I've done some research and the most common one that's available worldwide. I know many of you in the UK don't really have many options around what type of therapist you see, but regardless almost of where you live, CBT therapy is the only therapy that can be statistically proven. We can see patients improving over time. And therefore, in many of the socialized medicine areas of the world, they utilize CBT for that reason and also because it's very short term. It's usually about 5 to 8 sessions, depending. Now, CBT is best for people with anxiety disorders, whether you have generalized anxiety disorder, panic disorder, you have panic attacks, anything like that. If you have obsessive compulsive disorder, or if you have any substance abuse issues. Now, the reason that CBT works so well for those issues is because at the core of what CBT is, and I have another video on this if you want more information, but the core of what CBT is it works to correct our faulty thinking. So all those automatic thoughts we have every day, like, we're running late and somebody's really rude to us and we're like, that's because I'm an asshole, or that's because I'm a jerk, or I'm so lazy, or I'm so fat, or whatever those automatic thoughts we have. CBT works to figure out what belief is that automatic thought drawing from and how can we help change it. So they do a lot of things like I do in my workbooks where we talk back to the negative voice, we keep record of these thoughts and we argue against them. We do a bunch of different things around what thoughts we have and then changing them from negative thoughts into healthy, happy thoughts, because they believe that your thoughts equal your actions, okay? The next type of therapy that I've talked a lot about, and something that I do also in my practice personally, is DBT therapy. Now, if you want more information on DBT, I have a video on that as well. So you can search on YouTube for that and find it if you want a little bit more in-depth explanation. But DBT was originally created by Linnea, and the reason that she created this was for people with BPD, or borderline personality disorder. So it works really well for people who struggle with that. And DBT is essentially CBT meets emotion regulation. And I've said this before, but a lot of people with borderline have been, the way they describe it is being like a burn victim to emotions. So like everything is so super sensitive, and when things happen, we get really hurt. And so that's why the emotion regulation component is so important. Now, we also find that DBT is great for people with eating disorders, people with substance abuse issues, and the newer way that they're using it is actually for people with schizophrenia. So you can see that there's always a wide range of therapies. There's always new therapies coming out. Therapy is a changing field, and there's always something new. They're always trying new things. There's new research happening. But this is just, to date, many of the reasons that we use DBT. Now, the reason DBT works best for eating disorders and substance abuse and borderline personality disorder is because it helps us not only correct that faulty thinking that we talked about with the CBT, but it helps us regulate our emotion when we feel like our emotions are controlling us versus the other way around. Now, the most common therapy, so we have CBT, we have DBT, and now we have talk therapy. And I'm just going to call it talk therapy to kind of encompass what most therapists will do. If you make an appointment and you're nervous and you're wondering what your first appointment will look like, it's most likely going to be talk therapy. And the reason that we do that most is because a lot of people may not know exactly, they may not have a diagnosis, they may not know exactly why they're really coming to you, they're struggling with this one thing, but they're just feeling overwhelmed. And talk therapy helps us not only work through some of our past stuff, figuring out ways that we were raised and things that have happened to us and how that may affect us now, but we can also beg, borrow, and steal from all other types of therapy. And so talk therapy just helps us process through what's happening. Maybe we're using some CBT skills, we talk back to the voices, and then we get better. Now, talk therapy can help us with mainly mood disorders. Now I'm going to say mood disorders because talk therapy isn't something for those of us who are severely mentally ill, people who may need hospitalizations, we may need an inpatient treatment. When we feel like our life is really unmanageable, talk therapy is not usually the best. We need a full treatment team at that point. But if you're feeling depressed, you're feeling kind of anxious sometimes, you're going through a divorce, maybe you're just having some family communication issues, maybe you're about to get married and you're doing premarital counseling, all of that falls under talk therapy. And the reason that it helps so much is because oftentimes what most of us are looking for is someone who is unbiased as someone can be. They only know what we tell them, and they can reflect things back to us and help us process through what may feel chaotic in our own mind. They can slow it down, help explain things to us, help us come to good, healthy decisions in our life. So no matter what type of therapy is available to you, no matter if it's CBT, DBT, talk therapy, they're all beneficial for all issues. Some are just more specialized. So if you have the ability to find a specialized therapist, I would encourage you to do so. But for those of you who don't think that you can't seek certain therapy because it's not specialized for what you're struggling with. It will still help. And I hope this helps kind of helps you navigate the whole therapy realm, because we use terms in the therapy world that oftentimes regular people don't even know. It doesn't make sense to them, and no one explains what the difference is. But know that as long as you're working in your own process with your therapist, things will get better. And continue working with me towards a healthy mind and a healthy body. Community, we learn from one another. If you have certain experiences with therapy, we want to hear about it. And as well as sharing your experience, don't forget to share this video. You can click the link below and post it to whatever your favorite social media site is. Because the more we know, the better off we all are.